Minecraft Coding and Programming Session 9 walkthrough. In this session, the students will be introduced to the text-based interface with the Turtle programming. And you'll have to start the server with the Code Academy map. When we enter the Code Academy, Captain America will greet us, and he will give us some tokens, and he informs us that we should talk to Umbrera. So we'll pick an aisle or lane, and we'll jump down, and the students can talk to Umbrera. Umbrera has lots of information for them, and if they dig deep enough, Umbrera even has a crown that they can receive. After that, they need to go over to the computer terminal and right-click on it. When they right-click on the computer terminal, they'll have the option to try and open the door. If they do, in fact, choose option 1 and press enter, they'll ask for a password. At this point, the students probably will not know the password, and they could try a few options, and it will just tell them it's an invalid password. They could go around this loop a few times, or if they follow the instructions in the Explorer cards, they'll type quit, and then they'll need to check the number of the lane that they are in. If they look up, they'll see the number of the lane. It's lane number 19. So they then have to type in edit, house, and then the number of the lane they're in without a space. That's the name of the program that controls the password. And this is their first introduction to the text-based interface. And all they'll do is simply type in the password of their choosing. And in this case, we'll just type in hello as our password. Next, in order to save the password, they'll need to press Control, but the Control button they'll need to press is the one that's on the left side of the keyboard, and you'll see down at the bottom of the screen there's a save option that's in brackets, so they'll hit enter, and then they'll have to hit Control again and use the arrow keys to select exit. And then they'll need to restart their terminal, hold Control and R for restart. And then they'll have the option once again to open the door, 1 and enter, and then you'll have to type in the password. Our password is hello, and informs us we should grab our pass from the printer. So if we hit escape, you'll notice here on the printer on the side of the terminal there's a printed page. We can take that with us, and we'll head off through the door on the side. When we enter this next area, Spider-Man greets us. He has a bunch of things that he gives us. He'll ask us for our official pass to start the Turtle Maze area. You can ask him some questions, hand him your pass. This is the official pass, I believe. And each superhero that we greet along the way, that greets us along the way, will have trades for us to make with them for different rewards. So after we talk to Spider-Man, we can proceed over towards the turtle, and if we right-click on the turtle, the programming interface will come up. This is the text-based turtle programming interface, and it's essentially the same as the computer that we just were working on, except that there's a few extra commands that are related directly to the turtle. So the first thing that we want to do now that we have this turtle is we want to name the turtle, just like we did with the beginner turtles. To name this turtle, we type label set, and then the name of our turtle, we will call this turtle Toad. It says computer label set to Toad. If you look at the turtle now, we can see the name is Toad. The next thing we want to do, the beginner turtles that we worked with for all the prior sections didn't require us to worry about fueling them. the standard and advanced turtles that we're going to be working with now all require fuel. And anything in the Minecraft world that burns can be used as fuel. So we'll start by dragging our coal blocks into inventory slot 1. And then we'll have to open the Lua prompt by typing the command Lua. Next, we'll type turtle refuel, or actually turtle dot refuel, and then parentheses. And the turtle just took all of the fuel into its fuel store. And at any point in time, we can check the fuel level from the Lua prompt by typing turtle dot get fuel. And the capitals are important to have the right syntax. And tells us it has 2,000 units of fuel. Each unit of fuel is good for one forward, backward, upward, or downward movement. Turning left or right does not take when turning left or right, the turtle does not consume a unit of fuel. So at this point, we can exit the Lua command prompt. We do that by typing exit, followed by parentheses. Now we can type in commands. There's a bunch of programs that are installed, or they come with the turtle operating system, the Craft OS for the turtles, and there's some of the basic commands help us just move the turtle around. As we can see, we're going to try and navigate this turtle through the maze, and as we can see, there's a number of spaces the turtle can move forward. So we'll just go ahead and type a simple go forward command, and as you can see, the turtle just moved forward. Looks like there's 2 more spaces it can move forward. If you use the up arrow key, it will recall the last commands or the prior commands you've typed in, and we can also follow a command with a number, a space, and then a number, and it will repeat the command that number of times. So we'll go ahead and enter that command, and the turtle has moved forward 2 spaces. And it looks like maybe it only had 1 space to move. If the program gets hung up, you'll need to terminate the program. Just hold the control button and the T button, and it'll terminate the program. And then you can go ahead and enter more commands. We'll type in, let's say, turn right. And you can see the turtle turned right. I'm going to probably fast forward through a little bit of this. This is reminiscent of the Intro to Turtles activity, where you had to use the turtle as a step to get over a wall. This is the same idea. The turtle needs to be used as a step. Because we don't have a remote, we need to always stay in line of sight with the turtle, so we can right click on it to enter the programming interface. Nope, went a little too far. And now we've navigated the turtle out of the maze, and Iron Man is here to greet us. If we right click on Iron Man, he'll let us know that he has a trade for us. We need to trade our certificate to get another piece of our superhero suit. And there's no reference to this in the instructions for the students, but the students might also notice they have these coins, and there's also advanced turtles and fuel here. Students may continue on to the next section without having a turtle. They can very easily come back. Once they get there, they'll realize they don't have a turtle, and they may remember that Iron Man had turtles to trade, and then they'll come back in and trade for their turtle. So proceed out here, and the next step that we're going to do once we leave is we are going to place our new advanced turtle on the Obsidian block. We'll right click on it to access Craft OS, and we will set the label for this turtle. Name this turtle Mary. And there's other ways to refuel the turtle. If we put our fuel in inventory slot 1, we can just type in refuel, and it will take 1 unit of fuel from the inventory. And then we'll set up our first program. Start a program by typing edit and then the title of the program. And there's an image in the Explorer cards for the students that reminds them of what a while loop looks like back in the using the graphic interface. And once they start putting the pieces in place to write the same program in the text interface, they'll see some similarities. So I'm going to fast forward this as I type in the text of the program. The only real difference between this program and the programs that we wrote for the graphic-based interface is that we'll start this program off with a line that just prints that the program is running so that we can see the program's running from the text interface. Okay, I've gone in and typed in this program. A few things to note. As the program is being typed in, when the editor recognizes commands, they'll turn different colors. The students point out to the students, it might help them find or help them debug while they're still even just entering the program. Once we have entered our program, we're ready to save it. Press the control button. Be sure to press the control button that's on the left side of the keyboard. And you'll see we have a save option. Press enter. Press the control button again. And then you use the arrow keys to select exit. And then to run the program, we need to type the name of the program. The name of the program was stop wall. And enter. And as we can see, the turtle is running all the way down to the wall. If you take one last look at the programming window, you can see the stop wall was running. It said running stop wall. Now we see the command prompt again. That means it's no longer running. I believe that concludes the activities for session 9. Be sure to save your work on the server before closing the server down. And because your students will be continuing with Code Academy in the next session, be sure to save your map. You'll probably want to save your map under a new name so that you preserve the integrity of the original file for future use.